Hey everyone, so today I've got a special guest with me. Introduce yourself.
My name is Ibuchie, or better known as Ibby.
Oh.
Yes.
So today we're going to be doing a video all about studying abroad, studying medicine in particular abroad. I brought my special guest here today because she is also a fellow student who studies abroad from England.
Yeah.
So yes, we're just going to be going through a couple of questions just about studying medicine abroad, and yes. Okay, so my name is Ife. I'm currently 21 years old. I'm currently studying in Cyprus and doing medicine there, but I'm originally Nigerian living in England.
My name is Ibuchie, or Ibby, and I am 21 years old, and I study in Bulgaria, and I'm in my 4th year.
So basically I'm studying in Cyprus and she's studying in Bulgaria, and we're both doing 6-year courses. So
yes, almost there. Well, I've always had this like passion for traveling and going abroad and stuff, but obviously for those that know, the struggle to study medicine in England is real. It's very real. And I think I was at the stage where I was like, I really don't want to like do a degree that I'm not really like wanting to do, and then like do graduate medicine. So I was just like, I want to kind of go straight into medicine.
Yeah.
So I was just like looking for different countries and opportunities, and like Bulgaria was the one that really like sort of stood out at the time. So I was like, hey, why not?
Why
you know,
not?
Life is an adventure. So. How about you?
How about me? So I tried applying in England for about 2 years and I didn't have much success, even though I had like all the grades and stuff. So I started looking at options abroad. I looked at like Ireland, I looked at Cyprus, and I looked at Hungary, and I got places in Hungary and Cyprus, so it was kind of between the two, but I didn't want to have to do a course before and then basically similar to you. I didn't want to have to do a course before going into medicine, because sometimes you can't always get into graduate medicine in England as well. It's very, very competitive. So yes, I looked for options abroad.
That question has come up a lot recently, and with this whole Brexit, palaver, whatever, it's at the moment it's definitely 100% not UK.
It's not UK.
Yeah, like
really?
That's the surprising thing. It's 100% not UK at the moment. Potentially, like Canada or Dubai.
Ooh.
Or but I'm just definitely looking elsewhere.
Yeah. I'm really, really confused. So from a young age, from a young age, I feel like I've always kind of like not felt settled anywhere, because I was born in Belgium, and then I moved here to England like when I was 6. But I don't know, I've never really felt like I belonged in one place kind of thing. So, and my parents have always kind of said, I feel like you probably won't even be in England when you're older, you'll probably travel. So I'm not really sure right now. I kind of like the idea of Australia.
Yeah, Australia is a good option for doctors.
Yeah, I feel like they have a better quality of life there, and like I like the beach, I like the sun, so
all year round.
But I don't think I'll work in Cyprus. Maybe like for like a couple of years after I graduate. I'm not sure. Like I'm completely open to anything. But I would love to work in England for a little while. But yes. What do you love about studying medicine in Bulgaria?
What do I love? What do I? It's definitely like, it's been an adventure. Like that's what I would sum it up as. Like it's been very exciting. I've had loads of different opportunities, and like meeting so many different people. Like literally I've met like people from every single place in this world. Like it's been a very, very good opportunity.
So it's really international.
Yeah, very international. Very diverse in culture as well. And also just the chance to live in a different country. I think having that experience is very unique.
Yeah,
it's not like, I don't think it's every single person that will want to go and go and live and study abroad or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just been very insightful, I guess. Yeah, it's been very, very interesting. It's been really fun. Had memories for life, man. Like,
Definitely.
literally. Yeah.
I think mine is pretty similar to Ibi. I feel like I really love how international my uni is. Like, there's people from all over the place, and there's like people like I never would have thought that I would have mingled with certain people, and it just opens you up to a lot, kind of thing, and it helps you to learn what other cultures are like too, because not everywhere is like England. Like,
trust me,
everywhere's different.
Yeah.
So I think and I like the fact that I'm in a warm country, because obviously England is not the warmest of all the time.
Yeah,
but where I'm at now, it tends to be quite sunny most of the year, so I got the opportunity to show a little bit of skin, you know.
Melanin, though. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I like. What do you dislike about studying in Bulgaria?
I guess with every country, every country has their faults, I guess, and you know, the things that they just don't want to change. So I think, I guess the fact that some people, don't get me wrong, like there's some people that their mindset is very just narrow-minded, and they're not very open to, like, you know, different people, different cultures, etc. So you know, I miss home. That's like the perks of being at home, being with family, being with friends.
Food.
Like food. Oh my gosh, food.
Cooking.
Yes.
Not having to cook.
Exactly. Like, I miss my mama's cooking, being able to go to Tesco and buy certain things. That's what I miss. And I guess, you know, you can't always have what you want.
Yeah.
So
and it's not as easy to like just jump on a train and go home. Like, it's a whole process.
Like, to book the flight and then to get to the airport, and then you go from Bulgaria to UK to then UK to, like, it's sometimes really long. Yeah. So that's annoying.
What was your biggest challenge when deciding to make the move / living in your new country?
The biggest challenge, I was really scared that I'd be the only person, like, from the UK. Like, I legit was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm not gonna have any friends, like, no one's gonna be able to speak English, and I was really worried about that. But I was reassured when I met people on my flight, and the agency I went through, that reassured me with, you know, there's so many people from the UK that are coming, don't worry. Yeah. So that was, at first that was the biggest challenge. And also, I was just scared about a whole lot of things, to be honest. I was like, number one, church. Am I even going to find a church that speaks, like, is in English? Yeah. Like, food, what am I going to eat? Yeah. Like, you know, where am I going to buy clothes from? Like, literally, like, it was a lot of things. Yeah. Like, a whole lot of stuff.
Because it's a big step, like, going to a completely different country.
It's so big.
Especially when you've not been there before.
I have never been. The first time I went was when I was studying. Really? Like, when the next day I started studying. So it was, it was very intense, but it was worth it. Yeah.
I think one of the things that I was scared about was like racism. I was worried about, like, how people would perceive black people, and whether they were, like, accepting and things like that. So I was like Googling and YouTubing, like, racism in Cyprus, and like I read one article about apparently one Nigerian guy was like beaten or something. So I was like, oh my gosh, are they actually racist, blah blah blah. But there wasn't a lot of information online, and I think that was another thing which I was a bit like unsure about, because there's not a lot online about Cyprus apart from Napa and like feta and cheese and stuff like that. But there wasn't a lot of information about, like, students studying abroad. Like, there wasn't any YouTube videos, so I didn't really know what it was going to be like or what it was going to really, I don't know, look like, and the reality of it. So I think those are the main things that I was a bit worried about. But what reassured me a lot was the fact that a lot of people spoke English. And because I previously went there before I actually started university, and I liked it. Are they racist? Are they racist?
Are they racist?
Are they racist?
Are they racist? Oh,
Tell us your stories.
I have many stories though. Many. But obviously I'm not gonna hate on Bulgaria because Bulgaria will have a special place in my heart always. But unfortunately every country you go to there's gonna be very silly people. That's what I call them. Very silly people.
Very narrow-minded.
Very narrow-minded, backward thinking, stupid people. Sorry, I'm abusing them. But yeah, in every country you go to. So I think Bulgaria, because of the fact that they've only just recently joined the EU, and in terms of like their international relations and etc., yeah, they haven't had that much exposure to a whole load of cultures and nations coming to their country. So at first there's a lot of stares and there's a lot of like, oh my gosh, like all these kids like looking at you and telling their mothers like, oh look, look, a black person in Bulgarian and stuff. So you have to initially get used to that, because I mean I don't blame them. Like it's like, for example, like
if a white person was to go to Nigeria,
yeah, you're gonna be like, oh wow, look at that Igbo person. Like, so I understand it to a certain extent, but it's when it becomes very, I guess,
like aggressive.
Yeah, aggressive, and it's unnecessary. Like me, like people being very mean.
Yeah.
Like, and just being silly like with it, because you can look fair enough, cool. Yeah. But then when you're like gazing and you're coming up to, like I've had a little girl come up to touch my hair,
really?
And then like pull it, and I'm like, no, just. No.
She pulled it.
She pulled my hair. I don't know. I feel like mannerisms as well. Like even when you're going to the shop, there's certain shopkeepers that they will be either obviously like following you, like security guards following you, and oh my gosh, I've had very bad experiences. But I've had amazing experiences. That's the most important part.
Yeah.
Like it's, especially in Bulgaria, it is in the minority. It's not everyday like racism. It's just literally like very isolated incidences. But generally like it's calm. You've got like loads of international like students, so you're kind of majority of the time with them, and sometimes you will integrate with like I feel like I'm speaking so much. Okay, please cut me down. So yeah, you don't encounter it as much as you would think. That's what I would end up saying. And yeah, it's always the minority of people, so you just learn how to deal with it and love them. Do you know what, let me just have this opportunity. Love your haters. Like even though they hating on you, love them. Show them love, that's what Jesus said we should do.
Yeah.
How about you in Cyprus?
I haven't really experienced a lot of racism to the extent that you have. It's more so like people looking, I think more so out of interest, like, oh, that's a black girl, like I've not seen that before or whatever. But yeah, I think I've been lucky enough not to, and I'm really grateful for that. I have heard of like I remember a black guy telling me how he has experienced a bit of racism there. He said something like him and his friends would go into a club and then they wouldn't let them in because they were,
that's happened to me.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I don't know if it's the difference between like girls and boys, but personally I haven't experienced anything which has really made me fear or anything like that. So yeah. So what are 3 top tips that you'd give to someone who is considering studying abroad?
Do your research. That's my first tip. Make sure you talk to as many people as you can. Visit the country first. Visit the country. And just definitely think hard about it. It's not like an easy decision to make. So write a list of pros and cons and whatnot. But just checking like your job prospects and like in terms of GMC registration and whatnot. So that comes under research, to be honest.
But that's a big one for sure.
And also within yourself, make sure you actually want to like take this step because it's big. So you need to like decide within yourself, and
I think that's probably one of my tips as well. Like make sure that you're ready. Make sure that like you're ready to kind of take that step. Because I know for me, I actually got into my uni the year before I went.
Did you?
Yeah, but I got in like maybe 2 weeks into when they had started, and my dad was like, okay, do you want to go? Like you can go if you want. but I was like, I'm not sure if I'm ready. Like it just seemed like too big of a step.
Yeah.
But I felt like taking the year out actually helped me,
Wow,
and I did mature to an extent. And so definitely make sure that you're ready. Do your research. I'm really bad at that, to be fair. I'm very late. I feel like I'm very lazy, but try and do as much research as possible, like in terms of whether it's GMC accredited, tuition fees and living costs, what it's like there,
the weather,
and things like that. And then try and get into contact with people who may be also about to go, or
studying there already.
Or people who are there already, and you can go on things like student forums and stuff like that. That's what I did.
Definitely.
So yes, those are my tips. So that is all we've got for this video, and we've still got a part 2 where we're going to be discussing a couple of things about living in our countries, living in Bulgaria and living in Cyprus. Make sure you stay tuned for that video. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
Oh yes, let me just shout out my Instagram name, Ibuchie_Nasia. And also I have a charity. Follow MSOM on Facebook. Me and my friends, we've set up a charity for medical students that want to actually do something and, you know, take charge in terms of going to help communities that, you know, don't have access to medical care. So follow that, and that's it.
I'll leave all the links down below. That's it for the video.
It for now. Thank you, Ifedayo, for being such a lovely host.
Thank you. So yes, I'll see you guys soon.